Hi everyone, I'm Rockin' Robin from CookingMexicanRecipes.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make a zucchini turkey burger. Now if you're wondering what in the heck is she doing using zucchini in a turkey burger, well, other than the fact that I've got an abundance of it growing in my garden, the best reason to use it is because it makes your burger moist and juicy, and it really does work. And we're also going to bump up the flavor with this burger by adding fresh herbs of basil and parsley and some spices. So don't go away. I want to show you how to do it in just a minute. Are you ready to see what's in our turkey burger? All right, let's get to it. So here we go. We need 1 pound of ground turkey. Now I'm using turkey thighs for this, but you can certainly use turkey breast. And we'll need some salt, garlic powder. Here I have some diced onions. Now I dice these very, very fine because that's just how I like it. If you like bigger chunks, you can leave it bigger, but I like it nice and fine to get it in every part of the hamburger. We'll need some zucchini. I'm going to couple here. We're going to grate this up and measure out about 2 cups of that. I have some flat leaf Italian parsley and some basil, both of which I'm going to be cutting up in a minute, and some Worcestershire sauce, and that's it. We're going to go ahead and start off with our zucchini. So I'm going to grate this up, just cut off the end. Get yourself a grater, and this one happens to have 2 sizes. Here's a larger one, and then the other side has a smaller one. I'm going to go ahead and try the smaller one because I want this to be nice and small. If you only have the larger grates, then go ahead and use that, and then you can run your knife through it again to get it really, really small. So just run your zucchini over the grater, and like I said, we're going to measure out about 2 cups worth for 1 pound of ground turkey. So let's have a look at what we got. Look at this, nice and actually some of the strips are a little long, so I'm still going to run my knife through this. So just take your knife and chop through it, and then go ahead and measure out 1 cup of it, and we're going to add it to a bowl. We're going to combine everything in our bowl. Now that we've got our 2nd cup of zucchini, we'll add it to the bowl, and we can add our turkey to the bowl. We'll toss that in. Next we'll add our onions to the bowl, and I'm going to add the salt. I'm going to sprinkle that in. And you can use less salt if you're concerned about, maybe it's too much. And now I'm going to go ahead and chop up some of the parsley. So I just took a little handful there, and I'm just going to run my knife through it. We'll add that to our bowl. And now we'll do the basil. So I like to stack the leaves on top of each other and then roll them up. It just makes them nice and easy to cut this way. This is actually a technique called chiffonade. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but it's French. And you just roll it up nice and tight, and you just chop away. And it makes nice little ribbons of basil that we can sprinkle in our mix. And then I'll just cut it the other way just to make sure everything's nice and small. Okay, and we'll just scoop that up, toss it in. Now, what do we have left to add here? We have our garlic powder. I love the garlic powder in this. Just I'm sprinkling it so it really gets mixed in everywhere because I don't want to clump it up into one spot. Okay, and the last thing, well, let me mix this up first. I'm going to use my hands because it works really well to do that. And I'm going to do this for about 2 minutes. Just going to make sure everything gets mixed in really nice. And I'm going to add that Worcestershire sauce and work that in. Okay, now we're ready to make patties. I have a plate here with some wax paper on it so it doesn't stick so much. And just go ahead and grab a nice mound of turkey and shape it into a hamburger patty. Now, I don't know about you, I don't like to make mine too thick. I like to keep them about 1 inch thick. They tend to puff up anyway, so that works for me. You can make small little sliders if you want. You can do whatever you want on this. Okay, so I got about 5 burgers out of this. So I've got them out here on 2 plates. And now we're ready to get to the stove and start cooking. So before we start cooking, I just want to mention a couple things. First is that these kind of hamburgers don't work well or don't cook well on the barbecue. They're too soft. It's not like a beef burger that just is nice and firm and sits there. These they're very fragile. They tend to break up a little bit and might make a mess. So I recommend cooking these on the stove in a frying pan or in the oven. You could broil them. Either one of those would work. So cooking these up in a frying pan can be a little bit tricky as well, because what tends to happen is the exterior of the burger tends to get really browned up pretty quickly, but the inside is not cooked yet. So I'm going to show you how to cook this to make it easier. Now I'm preheating my pan here, and this is a cast iron pan. You can use whatever you have, and you want to coat it with some kind of oil. You can use Pam spray, coconut oil, olive oil, vegetable oil, whatever you like to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some coconut oil. And just, not a lot, just coat the bottom of the pan. I've got my temperature. I want to get this pan hot over medium-low heat. And once it gets hot enough, then I'm going to add the burgers and I'm going to turn the temperature down to low. My pan's hot enough now. I'm going to set these in. And like I said, I'm going to turn the temperature down to low at this point, and we're going to cook this for about 3 minutes, and then I'm going to flip it over. All right, it's been about 3.5 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and flip these over. I'm going to cook them again another 3, maybe 4 minutes, and I'm going to cover them after that point. Okay. All right, so these have been cooking for about 8 minutes now. That's about 4 minutes on each side. So now I've got the heat to low, and I'm going to cover it for about 2 or 3 more minutes until the inside becomes done. All right, here we go. These are just about done. Now my family likes cheese on there, so I'm going to put some cheese, and you can use any kind you like. Pepper jack, American, cheddar, you name it, it all works. So I'm going to go ahead and put some cheese on there, put the lid back on until that melts, and then we'll be able to serve them up. All right, let's look at these. Oh yeah, look at that cheese melted beautifully. These are done, and now we're going to serve them up. Our burgers are done. We're ready to plate them up, and I'm going to plate them up 2 different ways for you. Now one way is going to be for my cameraman, and the other way is going to be for me. So here I've toasted up a hamburger bun for him. As you can see, nice and toasty, looks delicious. I just put that on the stove in a dry pan, and I'm going to grab one of our beautiful turkey burgers here, place it on his bun. Oh, I'm going to have this one here that's plain, and I'm going to set mine on a butter lettuce leaf, and I'll have a butter lettuce wrap. Okay, and we'll add a slice of tomato to this one here, and some lettuce. Put a little bit of lettuce on there, and some avocado, because he just loves his avocado. Look at that. Is that gorgeous? Oh my God, that makes a fantastic burger. And mine, I'm going to do the same thing. I'll put a slice of tomato on there, and a little bit of avocado, of course. And look at that. That is going to be delicious. Absolutely delicious. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Do try this recipe. I think you're going to love it. I'm going to take a little bite of my my wrap here for you. Oh my goodness. Nice and moist. That is nice and juicy. The flavors, it's very robust. You're going to love this. Do try it. Let me know what you think by leaving me a comment below. All right, thanks for watching. Be sure and subscribe to my channel, and head on over to my website at cookingmexicanrecipes.com, where you can find more recipes you can cook at home. And if you have any suggestions for recipes you'd like me to make, leave them in the comments below. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.